This shit more than a game.
Perfect.
Welcome to This Shit More Than a Man Cave. Y'all know we had to go big. We built something real special here in the city the past 4 years of me doing content creation. And finally I have a man cave that can reflect it. Get out of it. Get out of it. Because this is more than a man cave. You see, you got the beautiful Saints ladder right there. And even though this team pisses me off sometimes, they're still mine. Always and forever. And you got the This Shit More Than a Game t-shirt signed by the one and only, the pioneer of This Shit More Than a Game. When you think of This Shit More Than a Game, you think of this person right here, and that is the GOAT, Drew Christopher Breeze. I don't know if his middle name is Christopher, it just sounds good. Then you got the wall of the guy who helped mold me into being This Shit More Than a Game certified ever since I was a little baby. Okay, maybe not a baby, like in middle school, but still, Stone Cold Steve Austin. See, you got one GOAT to the next GOAT. What a transition that is, right? Of course, you got the Austin 316 shirt, signed by the one and only Stone Cold Steve Austin. Me and my ET finger, Stone Cold with his middle finger. And a table from his last match at WrestleMania that I was in attendance for to see Stone Cold Steve Austin whoop Kevin Owens' ass. I hope he has one more match left in him. Then you got this beautiful artwork by the one and only Jay Frost. You know, speaking of Jay Frost, follow me right quick. You see? You don't just come right away into This Shit More Than a Game, man. Okay? You kind of gotta like embrace yourself for it. This is like a, you know, them Disney World queues. Like before you get on the main attraction, you kind of gotta walk through the queue. Think of this as the queue to the This Shit More Than a Game Man Cave with the beautiful, amazing, top of the line artwork from the one and only Jay Frost. I mean, good Lord have mercy. If this doesn't scream New Orleans, then nothing in life screams New Orleans. The city that made me, the city that bred me, the city that raised me, always in my goddamn heart. So you pass up the little queue, and then you walk into the This Shit More Than a Man Cave. See, we got the LED lights, motion sensor. You got me and my lovely wife in Simpsons form. You got the This Shit More Than a Game Man Cave sign. You got a beautiful quote from my guardian angel, my big brother Dwayne Barnes. Oh, we're not done. We got tickets from the 2009 season. I went to each and every single one of these games when the Saints won their one and only Super Bowl. Hopefully, in my lifetime, not anytime soon probably, we get another Super Bowl. And then, of course, you got my podcast station where I will be doing the Jono Barnes Show. Make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube and all social media platforms to get the most unique sports entertainment show in the world. Of course, we got a TV here. Now, this is why how much I love you guys. I'm probably going to be doing some live streams here with this TV, even though I got a 100-inch TV in my living room right now. But because I want to make sure you guys get the top of the line experience, I'll probably sacrifice some viewings on my 100-inch 4K TV to watch the games in here with you guys when I do a bit of a live stream. We got a little Saints light that you guys won't be able to see till nighttime. Some nice family photos of the people who make me the real This Shit More Than a Game certified people in my life. And finally, my keepsake of all the great things in my life that help make me This Shit More Than a Game certified. You guys deserve a man cave that screams This Shit More Than a Game, and now you got one. You are about to experience peak This Shit More Than a Game. Welcome to the This Shit More Than a Game man cave. Ain't that right, Stone Cold? Shit more than a game.
This shit more than a game. We ain't playing on no field.
Wait, hold up. Look, I can appreciate that Disney-ass theme song, but it's a brand new season. This shit more than a game is gonna elevate it this year. We gotta come harder than that. So let's try this theme song again, okay?
This shit more than a game. We ain't playing on no field.
No. Again. We're elevating the show this year, okay? This shit more than a game is getting taken to the next level, okay? I am a father now. I got Lil Jono in the building, okay? Lil Jono's already talking. At 2 months old, I know it's crazy. He's already talking at 2 months old, and he's saying, Dad, you gotta come harder with the theme song than that. If I'm gonna be the first ever This Shit More Than a Game certified baby, then you gotta give me a theme song that matches that energy, okay? Can I get a theme song that, like, matches that New Orleans flavor? Bounce music with a little bit of brass, make you want to stomp your feet, make you want to go to a second line, makes you want to punch an annoying ass Falcons fan, make you want to scream that this shit more than a game. It's a brand new season, it's a brand new man cave, the community is ready, the city is ready, the world is ready. So, can I get that? I think I can, and y'all know why?
From the stands, I'm invested. Every loss served like a lesson, we tested. Front porch talk turn to Sunday confessions. From dome to the block, it's all one connection. From Eric to Drew, Alvin to Cam, talk down on my squad. Boy, I be damned. I rap for the ones that never got fame, still yelling loud. This shit more than a game. Cause y'all know why? This shit more than a game. It ain't no lie. This shit more than a game. You know that's right. This shit more than a game. And y'all know why? This shit more than a game. Now I got Lil Jono sitting on my knee, teaching them young what it mean to believe. This bigger than scores, it's what we became. He gon' know off top, this shit more than a game. Clarissa in the back, giving me all types of stress, but deep down she know the husband the best. She knows he's crazy, she know he's mean, but she know the kid 100% New Orleans. And y'all know why, this shit more than a game. It ain't no lie, this shit more than a game. You know that's right, this shit more than a game. And y'all know why, this shit more than a game. Yeah. When you see Jono scream, this shit more than a game. And when you see a Falcons fan, just call out for Jonathan. And yeah, this shit more than a game. New Orleans know this shit more than a game. Louisiana know this shit more than a game. Texas know this shit more than a game. Whole world know this shit more than a game. y'all know why.
This shit more than a game.
Did you miss me? Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the Jono Barnes Show, the brand new and improved Jono Barnes Show. And as I said earlier, and as you guys can see behind me, we are giving you guys a top of the line production going forward because you guys absolutely deserve it. So I might not have the biggest audience in the world, but I damn sure have one of the strongest audiences and communities in the world. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys for still rocking with me after my 2-month hiatus where we bought in. And Falcons fans can tell you, because I'm telling y'all, they had that cold sweat came on June 3rd. They had that shakiness in their body when we welcomed Lil Jono to the world. And he came out and right away, right out the womb, into his daddy's arms, he said, Dad, this shit more than a game. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Everybody who for the past 2 months left comments and DMs and mentioned saying, Jono, I can't wait for the show to come back. Jono, when is the show coming back? Jono, we know that even though this season may not be the best season in Saints history, we're going to have fun. We can't wait for you to come back. That means the absolute world to me. That reminds me of why I do what I do. So truly, before we start off, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to each and every single one of you guys. I see you guys in the chat right now. People who could have easily forgot, right? Out of sight, out of mind. That's how the world works, right? You're out of sight, out of mind. You go move on to a new hobby. Y'all could have moved on to a new content creator, a new streamer, but you guys are loyal. You guys are passionate, and you guys are this shit more than a game certified. And the season hasn't even started yet. I mean, shit, the first game is on Sunday. The season hasn't even started yet, and we're off to a strong start. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I told you guys on my last show before I took my 2-month paternity hiatus that when I came back, I was coming back bigger and better than ever, and that is absolutely the goal. We are trying to raise the stakes here on the Jono Barnes Show this season, and I cannot do it without each and every single one of you guys, and I cannot wait, no matter what the goddamn record is, and Lord knows I think a lot of us think it's going to be a pretty bad record. I cannot wait to see the fun that we have here on the Jono Barnes Show this season. I hope you guys enjoyed the new man cave. Hopefully you guys enjoy this new streaming studio podcast software that we're using. We're no longer on Restream. We are now broadcasting live from StreamYard. So you guys still get the chat, but you kind of get the chat at the bottom. All right, hold on. I still 2 months and I still don't know my direction. You still get the chat, but it's a little bit mini size now because of how StreamYard does it. But you can still see your name and your picture if you leave a chat. And speaking of chat, y'all know how we got to start off, right? Each and every Jono Barnes Show. So if you are in the chat room right now, community, why don't y'all leave a rise up? Wait, hold on. No, that's not it. That's not it. Rise. No, it's not rise up. All right, hold on. Y'all, forgive me. It's been 2 months. Leave a fire the cannon. Nope. That's not it either. I'm pretty sure that's not it. God, what is it? Oh, I got it. Leave a keep pounding. No, we're not pounding. No, we don't pound anything but goddamn Mardi Gras bees at people. What are we doing, Jonathan? What am I doing? Oh, I got it. Leave. How about them? Oh, no, it's definitely not that because I don't want him coming on the show tonight. No, it's definitely not that. God, I'm a goof. Oh, wait a minute. All right. Jeez, it's right there. 2 months, y'all. Forgive me. I got daddy brain right now. Ladies and gentlemen, leave a dead share more than a game in the chat right now so we can start off a brand new season of the Jono Barnes Show on the right note. I got to apologize to my wife right quick. I mean, we got a brand new newborn in the other room, and I don't want to wake him up. So let me just get my apology out the way right now so that I'm not sleeping on that couch tonight. Wow, y'all. It's been a minute. And let me just say, I really did miss each and every single one of you guys. And we already got super chats. I can't believe it. I love you guys so much. We got the first super chat already from my guy, Hoodie Drew.
He simply said that this shit more than a game. That's what it was. Hoodie, you're right. That's what it was. This shit more than the game. Make sure y'all leave it in the chat, just like Hoodie Jube did. And of course, the king of Super Chats. He said 2 months, nothing. I'm still coming back, Jono, and I'm coming back swinging. Bruce Saint after $10 Super Chat, and he said that was the most badass intro ever. I appreciate that, Bruce Saint. Again, y'all, not the biggest show, but I promise you guys, the most unique show that you won't find anywhere else. You see, it's not just a Saints show, although we do talk a lot of Saints football, but it is a sports entertainment show. And you guys, what I have 40 people watching right now on YouTube, which I'm actually very happy with that. A 400 one day or 4,000. I'm going to give you guys a top of the line, high quality product because you guys give me your time and I do not play with your time. Now we got a lot more to talk about the future of the Jono Barnes Show and the future of the Jono Barnes channel a bit later into the show. But obviously, what a lot of you guys come for is for football talk. The New Orleans Saints talk in particular. We'll talk more sports as the year goes on, but it's been about 2 months since I've even done a Saints analysis video. So we got to talk about the New Orleans Saints, and we got to talk about the main pressing issue that everybody checks in on the training camp reports every single day about, and that is, one, who is going to be our starting quarterback? Now, we've seen Tyler Shook. We've seen Spencer Rattler. We've even seen Jake Haener rotate each day between the 1s, the 2s, and the 3s and trying to impress Kellen Moore to see who he's going to handle the reins to. It appears, by all intents and purposes, that Spencer Rattler is actually the favorite right now to be the starting quarterback on opening night. But that's not necessarily a sign-off on him, because if you see all the reports daily, it sure feels like our quarterbacks, I'm just being honest, y'all. That's why y'all tune into the show, right? They're not that good. Our quarterbacks don't seem to be doing that good right now in practice. I mean, every time I read a training camp report, I see the defense dominated the practice. I see Tyler Shook threw an interception. I see Jake Haener got the offense to the red zone and they stalled out. I see Spencer Rattler move the ball along pretty well, but then threw an interception. It seems like we do not have a solidified, guaranteed, this guy is the future of our franchise quarterback on the team right now. Now, it is very, very early. And y'all know, y'all saw my draft day coverage, right? Y'all know how I feel about one Tyler Shook. So I'm not going to act like I believe in Tyler Shook, but I am nothing if not a fair man. I am going to wait for the actual games. I'm going to wait for the live bullets to start flying before I really get emotional in my reaction to how the quarterbacks are performing, okay? So Sunday against the Chargers, yes, it's just a preseason game, but it's more than a preseason game, okay? Because we need to see how these guys do in live action. And if they're struggling in practice, makes me a little worried about how they're going to do when teams are actually trying hard on a field, opposing teams coming at them. But I don't know how you guys feel, but I don't quite feel that confident about our quarterbacks going forward. But I am willing to give them a shot and see what happens. If you ask me who should be our starter going into the actual week 1 of the regular season, it's got to be Spencer Rattler. If you're just going by the practice reports, not that Spencer Rattler is playing out of his mind, but he's definitely playing better than Tyler Shook. Hell, it seems like Jake Haener is outperforming Tyler Shook right now as far as training camp practice. And it's one thing to be like, you know, well, Tyler Shook is a rookie, right? So we got to give him a little bit of grace, whereas Spencer Rattler is a second-year quarterback and Jake Haener is a third-year quarterback. But what was one of the main talking points that the New Orleans Saints and Tyler Shook advocates was hyping us up about, trying to talk us off the ledge about? Well, Tyler Shook is 24, 25 years old. He's not your average rookie. He's coming in professional football already. He sure doesn't look professional football already in all them training camp clips that I'm seeing right now. He sure doesn't look professional football already in all the training camp analysis reports that I'm reading right now. I'm not one to panic about practice. Like what Allen Iverson said, we talking about practice, man, practice. But I will say, this is not a hyped up generational quarterback that we can salivate over, okay? This is Tyler Shook. Nobody was thinking about Tyler Shook in January. Nobody was thinking about Tyler Shook in February. Nobody was thinking about Tyler Shook in March. It was in April when we learned who Tyler Shook was, and we were like, wait a minute, this guy might actually be our quarterback that we take early in the second round. So Tyler Shook, the pressure is on because you ain't getting any younger, kid. You're 24, 25, I forget what his actual age is, but you're a pretty old quarterback. You was in college for like 6 years. You got to come in right away because if you do not, and if the Saints are as bad as the national media is saying that the Saints are going to be this year, we are going to be in a situation where we might have a top 3 pick next year. And guess what? There's a lot of good quarterbacks being hyped up coming out for the 2026 NFL draft. Now, would the Saints be that bold to say, yeah, we know we took Tyler Shook in the second round, but we're not going to be afraid to still take a quarterback in the first round? That remains to be seen. We saw it happen just as recently as a few years ago when the Arizona Cardinals took Josh Rosen late in the first round one year, and then the next year they had the number 1 pick, and they say, well, shit, Kyler Murray's right there. We know we took Josh Rosen early in the draft last year, but we can't pass on a prospect like Kyler Murray, and they took Kyler Murray, and now Josh Rosen isn't even in the league anymore. So there is a protocol for this happening before in the NFL. NFL stands for not for long, and the damn store, the F doesn't stand for fair. So Tyler Shook does have to get his shit together soon because I'm telling you, if we have a top 3 pick and the Saints were bad and the quarterback play did not deliver any hope for the future, fans are going to absolutely be saying, draft Gary Nussmeier from LSU or any of the other hyped up quarterbacks that are being talked about by draft scouts saying they're going to come out in 2026. It's going to be very, very interesting. I'm not going to panic about Tyler Shook or Spencer Rattler or even Jake Hayner's training camp performance, but I am looking forward to Sunday, and I am looking forward to seeing how they do against opposing defenses that are actually giving a damn and showing a little bit of, X's and O's compared to seeing the same defense every single day. But if they're not performing well against the same defense that they see every single day for the past about 3 weeks now, I don't have much confidence that they are going to suddenly perform well when the lights are bright. I hope they prove me wrong, whether it's Rattler, whether it's Shook, hell, whether it's Jake Hayner. I hope they prove me wrong. But the reason why I think a lot of the national media thinks that the Saints are going to be the worst team in the NFL this upcoming season is because our quarterbacks do not exactly aspire confidence. There is 0 wins in that quarterback room right now. None of our quarterbacks, and we've had 2 that have 3 years overall experience. None of those quarterbacks have a win on their resume. Obviously, Tyler Shook doesn't. But yeah, when you have a quarterback room as unproven as the New Orleans Saints, odds are you're not going to aspire that much confidence from the national media, much less from your own damn fan base. We got a super chat from Ziggy, who could not be on the show tonight, but he leaves a $5 super chat, and he says this is for the Ziggy's T-shirt fund. Ziggy's been trying to get a T-shirt at the Jono Barnes shop for a while now, but I mean, you got to show up to work, right? You got to show up to work, Ziggy, if you want a T-shirt that people will actually want to buy. I appreciate you, Ziggy. You know I love you. And I appreciate all of you guys again. Let me know what you guys think about the quarterback situation right now for the New Orleans Saints. Are you panicking? Do you want to give it some time? It's caused a lot of discourse recently on Twitter about some fans saying that fans are being overreactionary to the practice reports. Some fans are saying, hell with that. If Tyler Shook was as pro-ready as these scouts hyped him up to be, then he needs to be doing good in practice and not seeing these reports saying that Tyler Shook is really struggling right now in his first 3 weeks as an NFL quarterback. I want to know what you guys think. Sonia, oh man, it's good seeing some of these faces again. Sonia and Sandra and all y'all. Sonia says, never mind the quarterbacks, our wide receivers worry me as well. Brandon Cooks is starting mess as all right, Sonia. I must have missed that memo. What did Brandon Cooks do as far as quote unquote starting mess? Brute Saint says, like I said, I am giving Kellen Moore 3 years. If he can't establish a franchise QB by then, you are out. So Brute Saint says this is not a presidential term. You get 3 years, not 4 years here in Who That Nation. And I will say this, Bruce Saint, I agree with you on that. I am willing to give. I'm not going to be like fire Kellen Moore if we go 3-14 this year. But I will say if Tyler Shook winds up not being our starter long term, that's a knock on Kellen Moore right away. Like that's a strike against Kellen Moore. As you said in your voicemail that you left, and that I said during the whole Kellen Moore fallout when we hired him, I said these drafts, these first 2 drafts are real important for him. All right, so he took a big swing by taking Tyler Shook in the second round. And we all know quarterback is the most valuable position in the NFL. You only have as much hope as you have in your quarterback as you have in your team. So if Tyler Shook is not going to be the real deal, then that is a huge strike right away against Kellen Moore. We'll see. Like I say, I am with you though. I am patient. I want to see how this all plays out. Sandra says she is not panicking. Carl left her at least. I think he left all of us, Sandra. Carl left me almost willing to accept anything else. You say that now, Sandra, but if Spencer Rattler starts week 1 and throws 4 interceptions, we'll see just how patient some of these fans are. David says our defense might just be better than we think. Stutzman, I'm a big Stutzman fan as well. I told y'all during the draft analysis episode, you need some of them country bumpkin white boys on the team to, round out that swag. And I think Danny Stutzman has been doing that so far. I put a little silly tongue-in-cheek tweet the other day where I say, hey guys, maybe the Saints quarterbacks are actually good, but our defense is just so great that they're struggling against a potential great defense. I say that tongue-in-cheek. I would think after 4 years of doing this content, being the goofy guy, that people would kind of see my tongue-in-cheek sarcasm post, but people were actually taking that tweet, David, serious and saying, what do you mean? You're so biased. You're so in denial. No, I'm not in denial, y'all. I'm just being silly. It's preseason. Why can't I be silly? Ebony says she thinks, wow, this is some peak preseason optimism. I think the Saints will win at least 8 or 9 games. Are we talking about in total for the next 2 years? Because I don't see 8 or 9 wins on that schedule, Ebony. But I love the faith. You're taking the mantle from Ziggy as far as being Mrs. Positivity. We got Falcons. I will actually say this. I actually had a good bit of Falcons fans throughout my 2-month hiatus comment and DM me saying that they missed the show. So some of you Falcons fans, I can't believe I'm saying this, but y'all ain't all that bad. Y'all really not. And I look forward to y'all falconing again, which y'all will, because I know y'all hyped up about Michael Penix and y'all think that y'all team is the hot shit. And I see the national media kissing y'all ass every single day saying, is this the Falcons year to take over the NFC South? Okay, how many times have you heard that the past few years, right? Juddy, of course, says as a Falcons fan that we should be panicking. Nah, Juddy, I think that being a Falcons fan, you are an expert at panicking because you live in a constant state of panic because your team is the Atlanta Falcons. My guy Gillis says he is at least about dirty in his bad boy's voice. So I think that a lot of Saints fans altogether are not quite confident about the quarterback situation. Hurricane Mike says, Saints went strong with Shook, so it better pan out. Yeah, like if you give up a second-round high pick for a quarterback, no, he's not technically a first-round pick, but a top 40 pick is a top 40 pick, right? So, I mean, he's essentially, not technically, but he's essentially a top pick. He's a high-end pick. So I expect him to start, to be honest. I thought that he would be starting right away in week 1, but he's looked so bad in preseason that it's like not preseason, in training camp, that you got to start Spencer Rattler, unless this is all such, reactionary. We haven't even seen them in preseason games yet. Maybe Tyler Shook comes out on Sunday and lights the world on fire. Apples and oranges comparison, but I remember Jamar Chase played like absolute dog shit in training camp and preseason with the Bengals, and the national media was calling him out, and the Bengals fans were getting worried, saying, oh, man, did we drop the bus with Jamar Chase? He's showing no effort. He's hiding away from hits. He's not running his routes correctly. And now Jamar Chase is arguably the best wide receiver in the NFL. Some players are just better when the lights are bright and the game is real than they are in the practice. That's the apples and oranges comparison. I'm just saying, if you do have some faith in Tyler Shook, maybe you can say, hey, he might just be more of a gamer than a guy who practices hard. Harold Nar says, I got more faith in the defense than the offense. I think a lot of people will agree with that. Mixed Swagger. Great to see some of these names again, y'all. Says Shook was out there scrambling on no pass rush drills. That's how bad it's been, y'all. Like, if you read these training, and I'm not trying to, because I know y'all probably think, oh, this guy's going to find any reason to like come down on Tyler Shook. I'm not. I'm just going by with the actual analysis. I'm just a fan. I'm going by what these actual analysis are saying. They're saying like Tyler Shook is doing, not only playing bad, but like, of course, also doing rookie mistakes like scrambling on drills where there's not even a pass rush. Mix says that it's Rattler's job to lose, and I think a lot of fans still have a bit of affection to Rattler after last season when they kind of crowned him because he wasn't Derek Carr. But we'll see if Spencer Rattler can actually perform well as well. I'm not confident, y'all, on any of these quarterbacks. And I also wonder, and let me know if y'all agree, they're giving Jake Haener some run with the starters too, right? Like they seem to be doing a rotation, even though Spencer Rattler started today for the first time. It was the first time a quarterback on a team started back-to-back days in practice with the one. So that's probably showing you that Rattler has the edge as far as being the starting quarterback. But before that, Kellen Moore was rotating the quarterbacks every day with the one. So like Monday, Spencer Rattler would be playing with the starters. Tuesday, Tyler Shook would be playing with the starters. Wednesday, Jake Haener would be playing with the starters. Rinse, ladder, repeat. He kept going over on and on, with the rotation to see if anybody couldn't win him over as far as being his guy at quarterback for the start of the season, at least. And a lot of fans were very, very confused as to why Jake Haener is even in the conversation. Everybody assumed it was just going to be a 1-2 battle between Shook and Rattler, but Haener seems to be getting just as much of a fair shot as Shook and Rattler. And I kind of agree a little bit because I think we all know that Jake Haener is probably not going to be our starting quarterback for the future at any point in his career. I think we all can agree with that, right? Like I think we all kind of feel like, okay, it's obviously between Tyler Shook and Spencer Rattler. So you wonder, well, why are we wasting time with Jake Haener doing practices with the starters when he has no realistic shot, when those reps should be going to the obviously probable starters in Tyler Shook or Spencer Rattler? At the same time, I'm like, well, maybe Kellen Moore's just like, look, none of these quarterbacks are proven. So what harm does it do early in training camp to let all of these quarterbacks play with the starters and see what they got? So I can see firsthand who I want to be my guy for 2025 and possibly 2026 and beyond. So I can see both arguments for it. But I have noticed that fans seem to be very, very harsh on Jake Haener. And all Jake Haener is doing is trying to play for his career. And I feel bad for Jake Haener because it always seems like ever since Rattler got drafted, fans just kind of discarded him. And Jake Haener was a Saints fan as a kid. It's like, damn, this is how we treat our own? Like, come on, y'all. At least show Jake Haener some support and some love. You ain't got to love the idea of him being the starter. You ain't even got to love the idea of him practicing with the starters. But you ain't got to trash him just because Kellen Moore made that decision. I don't know. That's just me. I've always had a soft spot for Haener, I guess. Not that I think he's going to be our quarterback, but I just always have had a soft spot for him. Bruce Saint says, one thing that has my hopes high is this O-line. If it can stay healthy, our QBs can just be managers. I am that confident. There's one thing that I do like about the training camp reports. We have not heard much, if anything, about the O-line. And that's good because usually when you hear about the O-line, it means the O-line is doing bad. But we haven't even heard much about our top pick, Calvin Banks, which means that he's probably doing good. Because if Calvin Banks was playing as bad as Trevor Penny was playing his rookie season and training camp, we'll probably all be hearing a lot of reports about Calvin Banks. But because it's been real quiet on the offensive line side, that usually means that the offensive line is doing pretty good. Maybe not great, maybe not going to be one of the best O-lines in the league, but it seems like we are building a pretty solid offensive line with Fuaga and Banks, and of course, the This Shit More Than a Game Mount Rushmore recipient, Eric McCoy. So we'll see about that, but I agree with you, Bruce. Saying the lack of offensive line reports from the training camp reporters makes me feel good that the O-line is basically just doing their damn job. They're doing the dirty work. This is kind of why I got mad when we drafted the offensive lineman, right? They're not sexy players. They are not sexy players. We don't hear about them. We damn sure don't go rush to buy their jerseys unless it's someone like a Kyle Turley who has a lot of personality. But if we're not hearing about them, that usually means that they're doing pretty well. Jerry G says he believes the Saints are going. All right, hold on, y'all. We're not doing our predictions this episode. That's for the week before the NFL season starts. But Jerry says he thinks the Saints are going to win more than 6 games. I'll keep my Saints prediction under wraps, but safe to say, if y'all seen some of my videos or tweets, I'm not as high on the Saints right now as a lot of people. This is a new name. 100, 101, 1011 and 10. Great name. Says, guys, is this one of like Ziggy's burner accounts? Guys, let's calm down. There's been like a single week in past, about 2.5 weeks. 100. I'm gonna call you 100. That's too many damn numbers for me to remember. But I will say, I wouldn't say they should panic 100, but I will say they have every right as fans to react to what they're seeing or hearing from the training camp reports. Now, Sunday is when it gets real. Now, next week when we come on the show, we'll have actual game film to analyze and say, okay, this is how Titus Shook looked. This is how Spencer Rattler looked. This is how Jake Hayner looked. So we will already have some real deal Holyfield game film to analyze. But right now, all we can go by is training camp. It's where you build your team out. I get it. That doesn't mean we're going to be the worst team. Doesn't mean that we should write off Titus Shook as a bust. None of that. But we can only go by what we have presented to us at the moment. And right now, the quarterback situation is not looking too good. Either way, I am very excited, y'all, about this upcoming Sunday. I'm not going to say it's like one of my most highly anticipated Saints preseason games, but I will say it's one of my most curious preseason games because I'm assuming Shook and Rattler will get the majority of the snaps Sunday, and I really want to see how these guys play when the action is real. So we will, of course, be on the Jono Barnes Show next week to analyze that, and I'm sure we will all be watching on Sunday to see what happens with Titus Shook and Spencer Rattler because the NFL stands for not for long, and that F does not stand for fair. Starting this Sunday, preseason or not, Titus Shook, Spencer Rattler, y'all on the clock. Because if the Saints aren't good this year and y'all aren't good, there's a lot of good quarterbacks coming on that draft next year that fans are going to be rabid to draft. And I haven't even mentioned Arch Manning yet. And y'all know my theory about Arch Manning and his future as a New Orleans Saint. Sunday's going to be interesting. We shall see what happens. One thing that we shall not have to wait to see is giving my this shit more than a thanks. Yep, I remember everybody who left me a this shit more than a super chat 2 months ago on my show, and y'all thought I was not going to give y'all thanks, even though I took a 2-month hiatus. Absolutely not. So to Bruce Saint, to Easy E, to my girl Cheryl, and shout out to Cheryl, y'all. She got me and my lovely wife some great baby gifts for Lil Jono and our dog Shady. Means the world to me, Cheryl. And to even a Falcons fan, Red Swarm. This shit more than a thanks. Thank you guys for the super chat. As y'all can see, every super chat that we get, we invest right back into the show to give you guys a top of the line experience. And I didn't even show y'all can't even see, like, I wish I had like a wide view so y'all can see everything. Look, we got more of the man cave too. Y'all see that great Saints sign? Look at how awesome is that? The great thing about this man cave now, y'all, is I'm real flexible. Like, there's going to be some live streams where I'm watching the game, which we're going to be doing. I'm going to talk about the future of my show at the end of the show, but we're going to be doing some live watch-alongs this season, and y'all better thank me for that, okay? Because I got a brand new 100-inch TV in my living room right now, but I'm going to sacrifice watching a few games on that 100-inch 4K TV to watch Saints games in my this shit more than a man cave with you guys this season. Oh my, this is like a 30-inch TV, but I'm doing that because I love y'all. But I also have the flexibility now. I might be like, you know what? I want to do my show from the couch. Well, I can do it from the couch now. Yes, this is definitely more than a man cave. Hold on, we're not even done. Y'all didn't even see everything. You got the tickets from the Super Bowl year. Jono Barnes ain't new to this. Jono Barnes is true to this. I went to every single home game the year we won the Super Bowl. I pray that I could do that again in my lifetime. This shit more than a man cave, y'all. And I got to give a special thanks. Now, they're going to probably roll their eyes when they hear this, but because they don't like the attention. But, man, shout out for real to my father, the real deal. I mean, I know I hype up Stone Cold and Drew Brees and Eminem, not my favorite white boys, but that's the man who made me this shit more than the game certified. And this beautiful man cave, y'all see? Let me tell you, God bless me with charisma. God bless me for whatever reason to have the talent to lure in an audience, but God did not bless me with labor skills. This is a lot of my dad's work being done for this man cave to be what it is. As well as my father-in-law, my wife's father, he helped out tremendously with this man cave. I cannot thank those two enough for coming down and helping build this shit more than a man cave so that you guys can have a great studio to look at while y'all hear me ramble and rant every single week. Shout out to my dad. Shout out to my father-in-law. Shout out to the grandmas as well. Just from a personal level, y'all. Being a father to a newborn, let me tell y'all, it was Ziggy gave me the warning on my last show, but it was harder than you can read all about it. But once you are thrust into that fatherhood life, it's like, whoa. And thank God we got a great supporting system, including the grandmas of Lil Jono. So my mom, Clarissa's stepmom, they all came in and they did the damn thing that helped us out, gave me the flexibility to help do my content still while being a father to a newborn. So basically what I'm saying is shout out to all the Jono Barnes and Clarissa's parents. It's shit more than the parents. And shout out to my dad and my father-in-law for helping build out this shit more than a man cave. All right, y'all, let's hear a word from one of our sponsors, and then we will be back to talk about somebody who will not be playing with the New Orleans Saints in 2025.
Oh, come on, man, tackle him! You know what you're trying to hold him in the tackle. Tackle him! Oh, man, I'm tired of this thing, man!
Jono, they were gonna call the cops!
Oh, God, this shit more than a game, man!
Ah, yes, we've all been there before. This shit is more than a game, man. And now, these shirts are more than a game. But did you know that this merch wasn't made only for sportswear? No sirree. This shit more than a game is a lifestyle brand. You can wear the shirts for anything, such as going shopping, working out,
This shit more than a game!
doing chores, setting the mood,
Oh, yeah, that's that thing I like.
changing a tire, robbing a bank,
Go, 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 go!
jumping a Falcons fan, and so much more. So purchase your official This Shit More Than a Game merch today for the low starting point of $28.03 and let the world know this shit more than a game. Warning, please see a doctor if you feel you've gone too far with taking this shit more than a game. This Shit More Than a Game is not associated or licensed with any organization or entity except for Jono Barnes LLC. This Shit More Than a Game is not responsible for any fights caused by the shirts. Jono Barnes LLC does not promote or recommend violence of any kind unless it's at the expense of a Falcons fan. And let me tell y'all, diapers ain't cheap. So I really would appreciate if y'all buy this shit more than the game t-shirts now, because diapers are not cheap. Y'all thought that when I say a word from one of our sponsors that I actually had a sponsor in the past 2 months. Nah, but it's okay because we're going to grow this channel. This year, we're going to grow this channel. Last year, I feel like the show kind of plateaued a little bit, which isn't the worst thing because I have such a strong community that it doesn't matter. But I do want to grow this channel where soon you guys are going to actually be seeing sponsors. We're off to a good start. I hope you guys have been following me on social media even throughout my hiatus. I'd say that's where you can still make sure you hear from me at least while I'm not doing my live show. And I'm planning to go hard this year when it comes to the content, especially on Instagram and TikTok. Now I'm trying to definitely grow those audiences. And I'm off to a good start. I actually had a video that I did that you guys have seen on YouTube that it's kind of gone viral. I mean, viral is so loosely used these days, but they're good numbers for me, at least on Instagram and TikTok. So make sure y'all follow me on all platforms at Jono Barnes on everything. Just search Jono Barnes in the search bar on any social media app you're on, and I will come up. I'm talking about TikTok, talking about Facebook, talking about Twitter, talking about MySpace, talking about OnlyFans. Hey, diapers ain't cheap. Search Jono Barnes, and I will come up and get a This Shit More Than a Game shirt, man, at www.jonobarnes.com or thisshitmorethanthegame.com if you're nasty. And if you're trying to beat this hot ass miserable heat, you can also get a This Shit More Than a Game tank top. And in honor of the birth of Lil Jono, the first ever This Shit More Than a Game certified baby, we have on sale for a limited time only the This Shit More Than a Game onesies that has only been worn so far by my lovely niece Capri and my baby. Well, my baby hasn't been able to wear it yet because he's not old enough yet. But it's only been worn by This Shit More Than a Game royalty. But if we have any parents or any people who know of people who are about to be parents and they want to make sure that their baby is This Shit More Than a Game certified, like Lil Jono is, you can now go on thisshitmorethanthegame.com and purchase yourself a This Shit More Than a Game onesie for a limited time only. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. One thing I don't love is that while I was gone during my hiatus, there was some big Saints news that happened, and that was our guy. This shit more than a game certified. When you think of that, you think of this guy. Tyrann Mathieu retired from football, ironically, to go be a dad. He said that he had a newborn and he wanted to spend more time with his kids. I said, shit, Tyrann, are we living the same life? I wish I had a get out of jail call during my son's newborn phase where I have to watch my kid cry all day. And I love my son. I'm just saying. But Tyrann Mathieu retired and he will not be playing football for the New Orleans Saints or in general going forward. And I just want to use this opportunity to thank Tyrann Mathieu for his years of service with the New Orleans Saints. It sucks that he wasted essentially his twilight of his career with Dennis freaking Allen, and he never got to experience that playoff atmosphere in the Superdome that he was playing his heart out to try to come back to his city and accomplish. But either way, he still made his mark on the team, the franchise, and of course, the city of New Orleans and the state of Louisiana. He is always and forever going to be cherished in our city. And I usually don't compliment St. Augustine Purple Knights often, but Tyrann Mathieu is that guy, and I wish him well in his retirement. It also, in my opinion, goes to show, if you want to talk strictly football, just how bleak you can say the projections of the New Orleans Saints are. Because let's be real, if the Saints were a projected Super Bowl contender or even just like an NFC South champion, do y'all think Tyrann Mathieu would have retired? I'm pretty sure Tyrann Mathieu would have stayed for a team that he believed was going to have a competitive shot at winning the division or even contending for a Super Bowl. But I think, along with the fact that, of course, again, he wants to be with his kids more, I think Tyrann Mathieu went outside in that hot-ass heat. Maybe he would have had this shit more than the game tank top. It would have been a little bit less hot. But I think Tyrann Mathieu went outside. He said, God damn, it's hot. He looked at this quarterback room. He looked at the talent on our team. And he said, you know what? I think I'm good with hanging my cleats up and watching on this shit more than a couch this season. And that just kind of goes to show where the thought process or the attitude, I guess, towards what the New Orleans Saints are going to be in 2025 is like. Because again, I truly believe that if the Saints were contenders, Tyrann Mathieu would have gutted it out for at least one more year. But him retiring kind of shows the state of the New Orleans Saints. We are in a rebuild mode. Mickey Loomis does not like to use that word, and that's fine. But you look at this roster, we are in a rebuild mode. Now, I know some fans are optimistic and are going to say, yeah, but we thought in 2006 we were going to be bad, and we wind up going 13-3. We wind up, I'm thinking of the 2009 season. We went 10-6 and made it to the NFC Championship game. Yeah, but we had Drew Brees. Okay, it's the difference between Drew Brees, Tyler Shook, Spencer Rattler, Jake Hainer. Maybe one of those quarterbacks wind up being great. Not going to wood, right? When you wish upon a star. But yeah, it's probably not going to be the best Saints season. And I think Tyrann Mathieu retiring was the embodiment of how a lot of people feel about the state of the New Orleans Saints. That's not a criticism against the franchise. Lord knows I can criticize the franchise, and if they give me a legit reason to, I will. I'm just saying, we are in a rebuild mode, so that's no shock to me why Tyrann Mathieu said, I'd rather go be a father than to play for a team where our outlook is not as roses and colored glasses and rainbows as it would have been if Drew Brees was the quarterback, et cetera, et cetera. So, Tyrann, you go and enjoy your retirement, my man. We appreciate everything you did. His last pick was against the Atlanta Falcons. That is the way. If you ain't going out with a Super Bowl in New Orleans, you go out by picking off the Atlanta Falcons. Speaking of the Atlanta Falcons. Hey, fans, hit the subscribe button in 3 seconds to make this Falcons fan sad. 3, 2, 1. So I want y'all to embrace this feeling that we have right now, the unknown. Embrace it. Embrace the stress-free life that we have right now, because this Sunday, it gets real again. I know that the season officially starts in September, but this Sunday, 3:00 p.m. Central Time, the New Orleans Saints play football, and that is when this shit more than a game gets real again. But until then, enjoy this, y'all. Enjoy that fresh air. Enjoy this lack of stress. Enjoy this non-heart palpitations. Enjoy it all. Enjoy the moments. Enjoy it, folks, because this Sunday, the team is back to ruin our lives. I'm drinking out my dish shit more than the game, getting all the water that I can, because Lord knows, I'm going to need my vocal cords when the team inevitably makes me rant. The great thing, my wife's favorite thing about this shit more than a man cave is that I'm so far apart from her now with these doors closed that she doesn't have to hear me as frequently or as close anymore. My cousin Cole says, put some respect on us purple nights. Yo, I'm Holy Cross class of 2006. We're going to hear a lot about Holy Cross this upcoming month with the Hurricane Katrina 20-year anniversary. Holy Cross Tigers all day, every day. HC, stand up. I ain't got no respect for the purple nights, but I do have respect for Tyrann Mathieu. Let's get to some of these comments, and then we are going to wrap up. Not a long show, because, again, y'all, we're only going off training camp reports, but next week, when we have an actual game to go off of, we're going to have some fun. But this was just my show to introduce myself back to you guys and to show off this shit more than a game man cave that you guys helped make me build. And I appreciate every last one of you. Bruce Saint says, if the Saints are good, this channel will flourish. It's all on Kellen Moore. I've said it many times. The Saints started this drought of non-playoff seasons the year that I started doing content. So I'm probably the bad luck John, but I hope that Kellen Moore can eventually make me stop saying that. Yeah, the channel probably would grow expeditiously if the Saints were actually good. But I am who I am, and my team is who my team is. Mas says, am I going to any games this season? That should be a good transition, actually, to the future of this channel. In short, Mas, yes, I am, but I will reveal that game in a future episode. I gotta give you guys a hook, right, to want to come back into the future and watch the show or watch my channel. So stay tuned to which city I am going to this year to watch and raise hell in the opposing stadium. But I will be in the opposing stadium this season. A lot of things I also plan to do this season is I made up my mind. And I mentioned this before on the show as far as the future of this channel. Y'all know I've used my channel as like a gumbo pot of content. I just throw everything against the wall. Anything that I feel interests me, I throw it up. So one day you might have a Saints video. The next, I'm sure y'all saw one of my videos throughout my hiatus was a 4th of July silly video where I had fireworks and gunshots, and the premise was, is it gunshots or fireworks, right? Well, that's fun. I enjoy doing silly videos like that, but it confuses the YouTube algorithm, because the YouTube is like, well, hold on, is this guy a Saints channel, or is this guy trying to be a comedy channel, etc., etc. For 4 years, I was like, whatever, YouTube is just going to have to pick up on what I do, but I kind of got to play the social media game a bit this season if I want to elevate. Like I say, last year was fun, and I love this community, but we kind of plateaued a bit as far as the growth of this channel. For me to grow the community even more, so that a lot of you guys have even more people to converse with, I kind of got to settle in on what I want my niche to be. And we all know what my niche is mainly, right? It's sports. It's sports. And so because of that, going forward, this channel is now going to be strictly 100% sports. So like there's a video on this channel which actually kind of started me saying, this content creation thing might be a piece of cake. I gave my wife a French bulldog. That has like 200,000 views. Great video. But it's not a sports video, right? There was a video from my wedding where me and my brothers did wrestling style entrances for the reception at my wedding. Again, over like 200,000 views, but it's not a sports video. Whenever I look at the analytics, those are like usually the top 2 videos consistently every single day of my viewership. That confuses the YouTube algorithm, because they're like, wait a minute, the wedding video is what people are coming on his channel for. The French bulldog video is what people are coming on this channel for. So they're not pushing my stuff as much to Saints fans because they don't know what the hell my channel is. So because of that, I made the decision that, okay, I'm probably confusing this algorithm a little bit too much. The Jono Barnes channel is going to be strictly sports. So every video that I do is going to have a sports theme to it. The show is obviously a sports entertainment show. The skits will be sports heavy. They already are, but like you're not going to get a general skit anymore from me on this channel. Like you're not going to get a fireworks or gunshots skit on the Jono Barnes channel. Now, am I going to stop doing like non-sports content? No. If something I think is funny or worth my time to do, I will do. What I would probably do is create a new channel where maybe my only diehards of diehards go. And if I do a non-Saints, non-sports comedy video or whatever, if I do, I'm still deciding if I still want to do wrestling on this channel, because technically it's a sport, or do I want to do wrestling as a completely different channel? It will live though, like the non-sports stuff is going to live on a brand new channel. Doesn't even exist yet, so I can't give y'all a link. I haven't even made it yet. But the next time that I do a non-sports video, I'm going to say, you know what? I'm not posting this on the Jono Barnes channel. I'm going to make a new channel so that I'm not confusing this algorithm, so that this YouTube algorithm can freaking pick up the fact that I am mainly a sports and Saints and New Orleans and Pelicans and local channel, and start pushing my stuff out more so that more people can do it. So I can actually have actual sponsors and not just me saying, hey, y'all, let's hear a word from one of our sponsors, and it's my t-shirts. So that's the future of the channel, is that it is now from here on out sports. Sports, sports, sports. I'm still going to do different bits of content, but it will not be posted on this channel. However, again, if you are following me on all of my social media platforms, that is where you'll get everything under one roof. So whether I do a Saints video and then turn around and do an Eminem video, that will all be under the Jono Barnes Twitter. I'm not making different pages for that. YouTube is different, and like you turn on MTV not expecting to watch SportsCenter, right? That's how the algorithm for YouTube works. You can't go on MTV and watch a Drew Brees video. You can't go on ESPN and watch an Eminem video. This is where the algorithm is confused with Jono Barnes' channel right now. They don't know what the hell I'm trying to do. So I'm going to make it easy for YouTube. I'm going to play the social media game so I can grow this audience. And going forward, this channel is now strictly sports. But all of the other content that I do, I promise you guys, I will give you a link to a new channel should I decide to go that route. And if you want to apply, like it's a job interview. If y'all want to subscribe to my secondary channels, y'all more than welcome to. If y'all want to just say, nope, I only want to watch you, Jono, for your sports talk and your local talk, you're already on the Jono Barnes channel. You can stay on there. But I'm going to try to make this easier going forward for the algorithm and for you guys, so that, you know, I'm sure a lot of you guys, like, when y'all want to hear Saints talk, but y'all don't care about when I go to an Eminem concert or do an Eminem album review. I get that. That's how it works. I got to play the YouTube game. There might be a day where my audience is so damn big that no matter what type of video I do, it doesn't matter. I can post it on this channel because I have such a loyal, huge following. But until then, I'll play the algorithm game, and this channel is now going to be sports, sports, sports. If I do an Eminem video, I'm making a new channel. If I do, I'm still deciding about wrestling. I still want to do wrestling videos, but I'm wondering, do I do a wrestling channel by itself? Because wrestling fans are a whole different breed. Them boys are loyal, though. I give them that. They're loyal. And so I might say, if I do wrestling videos, I want to kind of separate that audience from the diehard New Orleans Saints and New Orleans, Louisiana, Pelicans, LSU, Tulane folk, you know, just do two different type of things. But going forward, this channel is now strictly just sports, sports, sports. But all of the content will live on my Instagram, on my Twitter, and on my TikTok. So if you have not followed me on those platforms yet, please do so. Because again, also my goal is to grow on Instagram and TikTok. I can't believe I'm saying that out loud. And it is what it is. As an aspiring content creator, I am so grateful that I have a huge audience on Twitter. But the bottom line is this. No pun intended, Stone Cold. The bottom line is this. These brands and these businesses, before they're going to Twitter, they're looking at your audience on Instagram and TikTok. And I don't have the biggest audiences on Instagram and TikTok. So I got to grow those audience so these brands can finally realize that this shit more than a game. I'm not trying to sell myself short. What I've accomplished in 4 years of content has been pretty damn amazing. But I'm always thinking about, how can I grow? How can I climb up the ladder even more? I got to grow my Instagram and TikTok. So make sure y'all follow me at Jono Barnes on Instagram and TikTok, where I'm going to be doing, and I'll probably be posting those videos here too, a lot too, like a lot of content. Like my goal is to do a lot of content, meaning not just shorts. I'll be doing a lot of shorts, put it that way. Like, yeah, I started doing it already on this channel that you guys have seen. I mean, like the last Sunday before the Saints ruined our lives, that's typical content y'all are used to. But I did a commentary video about the national media disrespecting New Orleans, and I say, well, only the locals can disrespect New Orleans. Those are the type of videos that I'll be doing going forward on all the platforms, like maybe every other day. The beauty of it is that it's a short, so like I don't have to go out my way or take too much time to make these videos while I'm trying to be a father to a newborn. And the more I feed this algorithm, the more it's going to start pushing me out. And it's already started. If y'all go on my Instagram and TikTok, y'all see that the last Sunday before our lives are ruined, on Instagram and TikTok, it's got like 100,000 views on each platform. And that's rare for Jono Barnes on those two platforms. So like I said, we're off to a good start with that. But just know that it's going to be a lot of content, but a lot of shorts, like not all just going to be reaction videos and everything. Like it's going to be a lot of quick commentary videos, a lot of shorts. It's all going to be on this channel, YouTube, Sports. And if I do non-Saints or non-New Orleans or non-LSU, Tulane, Pelicans, whatever, if I do an Eminem video going forward, I'll send you guys the link where you guys, if you have any interest, and you say, I love you just so much, Jono, that I'll follow you on any platform or any channel. I want to see your thoughts on any topic. I'll send you that link to where the new channel for content like that will live. But on here, on YouTube, Jono Barnes channel, Jono Barnes Show, sports. Sports mixed with entertainment, but sports. So that's the future of this channel. We're going to be here. We're going to have fun. Y'all show my wife some love because she sacrifices a lot, especially now with me having a newborn, for her to say, go do your thing, Jono. I'm glad that you're still following your dreams. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys. Sorry if this is too much information that you guys don't care about, but I feel like, I have a unique audience that you guys are like really not only rock with me because of the Saints talk. I mean, the Saints talk and the local talk might have brought you here, but I do think that we have such a small but niche and passionate community that you guys, you kind of care about things like this, about like, okay, what's Jono going to do going forward with his channel and with his content? So that's kind of where we're headed in 2025 and beyond as we try to make this community even stronger. I appreciate you guys so much for coming on the Jono Barnes Show's first episode of the season. Hopefully we'll have some of our special guests starting next week. I'm talking about y'all favorites like Sean and Ziggy and maybe even Evan. Just a reminder, this is the Jono Barnes Show, so there's going to be a lot of weeks where you probably won't get any of them like this week, because technically they are just doing it as a hobby, and I appreciate them even taking time out of their lives to do it when there's really no benefit to them. But just know that they're not going to be on every week, but when they are on, they're special guests of the show, and we will welcome them. But we're also going to welcome a lot of other special guests too. I've built out a pretty good Rolodex of contacts, like some prominent names that I'm going to utilize, and not just, have on the show for like hour-long interviews or anything like that, but like, I might bring on a Ross Jackson for a quick 10-minute segment. Well, like, hey, Ross, you've been at the practice every day. What have you been seeing? John Hendricks and Nick Underhill. Like, I'm going to have guests like that on the show to speak on the hot pressing topics for 10 to 15 minutes to give you guys state-of-the-art quality content. So it's just not Jono Barnes ranting and rambling into the screen for an hour. All that to say, it feels good to be back. It feels so good to be back. We got a new theme on. Y'all like that? I thought it was pretty good myself. Got a this shit more than man cave. Oh, we got a newborn too. I'm sure y'all like, well, Jono, I know you're gonna bring out Lil Jono. Not yet. We ain't bringing out Lil Jono for preseason. Like, it's Lil Jono. He's the first ever this shit more than the game certified baby. We're not bringing out Lil Jono for a preseason stream, but just know that's another hook for y'all to watch every single week, because soon and very soon, Lil Jono will make his debut here on the Jono Barnes Show. When? Well, you just got to tune in every single week. to find out. Thank you, guys. We are back. We are better than ever. And y'all know why? Because this shit more than a game. See y'all next week.
Jono.